I'm pretty sure that I have set. Alright, so I'm exporting the highlight of the rest of the video or the Twitch spot now. So I'm going to go ahead and alright, go ahead and private the stream itself just so people don't wind up seeing that, because I do, as a matter of fact, want to not dox myself like a fucking idiot. Maybe there are some advantages to being a small VTuber. I also set the YouTube video to private for now, but I will go back and go into the editor to kind of trim out the end of that so that that does not become a problem. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to just trim out the very end of that, and that will work. But yeah. Whoops. That's what I fucking get. Not paying attention. Foot, enter mouth. To be honest, it's kind of perfect in a bad way. You can't get doxed if you dox yourself, and then did so. Yeah, I did the perfect foot in mouth moment. Which, speaking of which, I guess I might as well just do that to myself if that's how I'm going to. Foot, meat mouth? Ah! I deserve it. Bring back to the just chatting stream so I don't fuck up even more. Safe, just chatting stream. The way it should have been. The way it should have stayed. Damn it. That's what I get for wanting to show off. I mean, I had to show off the fortune cookie at some point since I had not done so yet. Now fortune cookie has been shown off. The conceit has been well known. Now, like, when people look at the fortune cookie at the bottom, they will, in fact, know what that is, and I have a point of reference to point at for showing them what a fortune cookie stream is. I don't think I had... It's not only you, I've also done the same thing, so no worries. I know you did the same thing, like with the fucking opening of a new tab, which has your fucking location on it. Yeah. I know Lamp's done it a few times. I know Lamp has definitely done it a few times. I do not recall seeing you do it. But yeah, that's the problem with the new tab. That definitely did not used to be a thing, and then they made a thing. With a sponsor stream with with a sponsor stream with Code? Oh, the sponsor stream! Right. Yeah. For a brief moment, I was thinking about the Honesty Hour, so I was, like, briefly confused. But yeah, no, sponsor stream, that's... Yeah, new tab that thinking like you. Did you go back and, like, blot that out or something? Because that's something you don't... That's a piece of information you don't want out there. Then that's a thing that would be very good to do. Like, I had already spent time thinking about, like, what if I did this? Because I'm an idiot. So that's why I was able to kind of respond the way I did. I had to kind of cut the stream, which is going to be a big killer. But my location wasn't seen, but email was in my case. I feel like in your case, that's worse. Because now people have a way to get in contact with you. That's not so big of a deal. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like in a way the email's worse because that gives people, like, a very easy avenue to kind of send you messages, whether you want them or not. So, like, at least location, like, they might have a general idea of where you are, but it's hard. That's still like finding a needle in a haystack. Email, however, you have a direct line to someone, so that's not a fun thing to deal with if you have people who are very willing to take advantage of that fact. Yeah, once again, it turns out there might be some big advantages to us being as small as we are. If this was a mistake done by a big timer, like a Hololiver or something like that, so... Yes, hello, welcome back, Samirul. Sorry about that, I like how you made the joke, like, can't get doxed if you dox yourself, so what I do, I fucking dox myself, damn it! Ugh. Worst type of thing. Hopefully, though, I should be able to just, with the advice literally, a little too literally. Scuff is a trait that best VTubers have, you know? I mean, you're right, but I feel like there's a difference between Scuff of, like, my sound's fucked up, and Scuff of, now people know where I live. Like, if Callie or... Yeah, like, if someone like Callie did that, that'd be a fucking shitstorm and a half. Of course, granted, I don't think Lights run into any problems with that, even though they're a fair bit bigger than all of us, and they've definitely fucked up like that a number of times. I'm trying to think, what else do I really need to talk about? Because honestly, I think I've covered almost everything. I talked about the past and future, talked about collab dreams, talked about the fortune cookie. Alright, ate all of this cookie, so... I'm glad the camera is perfectly picking up my chewing. It is. I sat here for 5 minutes waving my arms all around trying to get him to wave. Doesn't want to do. I sit here and eat my cookie. Oh man, perfect. Most perfect camera you've ever seen. Also, this is something I want to say. Thank you, Samiru, for following me on Twitter, since I saw that just a little while ago when I was, gonna try to see about... Oh. That's right, I need to pull up the new link since... Yeah. Give me a moment. Now I don't need to worry about fucking doxing myself again. Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Jake. You know, when I think about it, since Samirul followed, I am almost at 50 followers on YouTube, or not YouTube, oh god, not YouTube, almost at 50 followers on Twitter. I don't know why, that's a little crazy to me, because, for, the longest time before I started up the VTuber account, back when I was just, on a personal account, I basically never had followers on like my old personal account, even when I started up like LPing and like tried to do like weird things like doing like playing a game on Twitter. You talk about 2022 goals. I know I briefly touched upon like how the big 2022 goal, I think I touched upon it, but I don't know if people were here for that, so I guess I'll go over again. The big 2022 goal I really want to go do is I want to actually be a bit more active with the community. I want, or at the very least, I want to try to like be a lot more active with like, especially like friends and mutuals on Twitch and Twitter. I would like to try to like increase my social networking. I would like to like get more people. I'd like to like kind of I try not to make a big deal about like my growth in numbers, but I do actually want to have like a viewer base, and I want to have people to play games with and hang out and chill with. Yeah, all the people, all the VTubers that I stick to and check out are all incredibly cool and very nice from what I've been seeing. I'm a little scaredy cat, introverted, shy boy, so even like the nicest of folks I'm pretty intimidated by. But I do in fact want to be a bit more active in interacting with people, especially the people who are actually nice enough to actually like follow me on Twitter, especially since I know I'm not the most interesting of Twitter users. I came from a raid by Ekru, so I think you can definitely be good friends with him. Yeah, Ekru definitely seems like a very cool dude. I know Jake has definitely done quite a bit with Ekru, so Ekru is definitely like one of those people who is nice enough to be following me on Twitter even now, even though I know I am not the most interesting of Twitter users. So Ekru seems very cool. I do try to like get myself to interact with Ekru more. Ekru is definitely like one that I have been finding myself like interacting with a lot more in like the past few months. That's definitely a good example. Let's actually tweet that out, since that's the thing I want to do. Make your way up and socialize with his group members too. Yeah, that's definitely a bit. That's definitely going to be a long road. That's a bit more of a further out goal. The Sorosphere, they're all very nice people. I bet. I'm sure they're all nice. I'm definitely gonna say, like, I'm gonna keep it, like, a little bit, grounded, I guess. I'm gonna try to stick to, like, interacting more with, like, the people who, like I said, are mutuals with me first, but I do very much want to try and move up to interacting with more people in all the spheres. Like, I know, like, one particular sphere that Jake tried to get me, like, a bit more heavily involved with. Me and Dragonfly collab in 2022 for sure. Oh, yes. You say Dragonfly collab, I know you probably just mean, like, me collabing with other people, but the first thing he thought was Dragonfly collab of me and Jet. Oh, he did a 2022 goal, and he wants to do collabs, so you might as well. Yeah. That is a thing. I will definitely see about that. Like I was saying, I know when you say Dragonfly collab, I'm sure you just mean me doing collabs with others, but the first thing came to mind is collabing with the other Dragonfly VTuber. Yeah, you and Jet, that's what you meant. Okay, yeah, so that's what I was going to get to. I just immediately think, like, I need to try to see about getting, like, a collab with Jet at some point if I can. All the collabs someday. I need to interact with Jet more. I interacted with him a lot back when I, like, first found him, but I've been slipping on that a lot more, admittedly. At first, it was because they had been starting to play Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is a game that I was trying to avoid spoilers for. Not quite doing as good of a job with that as Grey Ace Attorney, but still. But yeah, I need to start interacting with Jet a lot more. I have not been showing up. I've not been making my presence known in the streams lately. The introversion has been hitting me once again. The Val Novella situation for you, yeah. Of course, since Novella's been playing a game that I actually know, namely Steins Gate, I've actually been interacting with Novella a lot more recently. Honestly, I kind of was late today getting to my stream because I was chatting to Novella's stream, making all the dumb jokes, all the dumb Steins Gate jokes, because I have 100% Steins Gate, and Novella's at the part where shit's getting real. Can't watch Steins Gate spoilers, yeah. I know, that's why I'm desperately trying to sidestep around. I'm desperately trying to sidestep around that, because I do not want you getting spoiled. But Novella is definitely at the part where shit has hit the fan. So that was the perfect opportunity for me to come in and make dumb jokes. That's what I do. I come in to make dumb jokes about the games that I love. I mean, she seemed to enjoy it, so I guess it's working. Future goals. But yes, like I said, 2022, the biggest 22 goal is to make friends with like all the VTubers, or at least the ones that are mutuals with me. Maybe even get into a collab. Damn the lag! I'm gonna say, wait, the lag. Oh boy, it's oop. Oh yeah, wait, you mentioned before that your internet is not the greatest. I remember you saying that during the last time you were around, which I believe was the last Azure Striker Gunvolt stream. That feels like quite a little while ago, but yeah. At least I hope that the Twitch side hasn't been super lag. Yeah, your net you meant, yeah. Yeah, I remember. I'm glad. I will say right now, thank you very much. I very much appreciate you sticking around. It's it's a little rare that I get like viewers and chatters other than just Jake, so I am very much appreciative that you are sticking around. I'm very glad to see people. I'm very much glad to see people who want to watch. I need more winter music. What other game I have? I remember liking the ice level sound for. Russia. Russia's a pretty snowy place, right? I mean, yeah, in the cutscene, he's shown in the snow. We're really gonna be pushing the winter sound. We're really pushing the idea of winter soundtrack now with this one. Oh man, I missed a chance to invite you to a collab yesterday with a bunch of VTubers and streamers said, oh man. I'll be sure to check out the VOD, because I'm very interested to see what you were doing. I still need to get around. Once again, I need to get around to making that collab graphic. This reminds you. What does it remind you of, Jake? Tell me. projects I wanted to do and then didn't. Was it a Punch-Out project? 2022! Hell yeah! 2022! Putting everything off for 2022. I'm sure it will be our year. Do you want to at least share you at least want to share what the project you were playing on, Jake? Or are we just going to wait until 2022 to find out? Because I totally understand if you want to keep it under wraps. I do, in fact, enjoy keeping my future plans under wraps sometimes, so... Punch-Out... Want to do Punch-Out co-coms with VTubers? Hell yeah! That's what I figured it was, but... Yeah, that'd be neat. I'd be super down to watch Punch-Out co-coms. I'd be down to join in for that matter. We have what I don't know, honestly. I think I've covered just about everything I want to do. So, like, I know I covered, like, I talked a bit about my past. Admittedly, I don't think anyone's really here to hear that. I definitely talked about my future goals. Talked about the fortune cookie stream. Yes, I want you in if I do get back to that idea. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Keep me posted on that one. Keep me updated. I am very much down to join in for more co-commentating on fights. I'm always down to figure out, like, what ridiculous thing I could do for co-commentating on fights. God, the last time the last major VWA thing you did was the Halloween thing, right? That was super fun. But yes, I am down. Halloween, yeah. Yeah. I get to show off my intimate knowledge of all things horror-related. Honestly, I think I pretty much covered everything I really wanted to talk about. So... I don't know, I feel weird, like, playing a raid since I've been back for less than half an hour after the cuts. So I do have some very, very good raid target. Ah! I don't know, I don't really want to end quite yet, but... Oh, wait, yeah, there was one last thing I wanted to mention. One last goal that I want to mention. So I mentioned before I wanted to do collabs. Another big goal, another big 2022 goal, another plan for 2022 I really want... Oh, there you are, you're finally working. God, it took you long enough, Stream Elements. Aiyah. But yes, as I was saying, there was one last goal I didn't want to bring up. One last sort of 2022... New Year's resolution. So, one thing that I am missing that many others have is a Discord server. That's the goal for 2022 at some point. I would like to actually go and set up my own Discord server. Obviously, I know even like with Jake's like fairly small one, it's definitely been fun to see like... Yeah, Dragonfly Discord, let's go. Yes. That's the plan. That's a future plan. The Discord server. Maybe do somewhat. Maybe, because don't you need to buy Nitro if you want to, like, have the really good watch parties? That's a thing. Maybe someday I'll have the Discord server. I definitely want the Discord server. That's a 2022 thing. That battle would be great. Yeah. Yeah. I'm down to make the 1080p stream quality. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see what happens with that. You need Nitro for that. Yeah. I'm not 100% keen on giving Discord money after the NFT shit. Maybe there's still reverse course on that. Or maybe if I can find some other way to finagle 1080p watch parties, because there are definitely some stuff that I would like to show off to others. Mostly various animes, even I probably won't do like full-on anime, like full anime shows. There's probably some way to trick Discord into giving me like higher quality streams than 480p without Nitro. But that's the thing, I would like to do watch parties in the future. I would very much like to show people animes I like Nichijou is like a big one. I'd be down to do maybe some JoJo's. Oh man, you know one anime that I picked up recently that I'm tempted to make a watch party? It's a super fucking long anime, so I probably would not do like the full thing, but one anime that I would love to show other people is Fist of the North Star. That's an older anime. JoJo fanboy, so yeah, JoJo is a fun time. I'd be down to watch some JoJo's with people. Fist of the North Star is an interesting one, because Fist of the North Star is, in a way, a bit of a proto-JoJo's. Tina's favorite anime. Yeah, Fist of the North Star is a bit of like a proto-JoJo's, like, you know, the whole, like, big, like, punching people a whole bunch while screaming something. Yeah, Fist of the North Star Pog, yeah. Especially since, I will say, one of the games that I do want to cover for the channel in the future. So, one thing I will admit about, like... So, one thing I will say right now is that, while... Why is it blank? Some Blank's favorite anime. Whose favorite anime? I can't see it! No. All the jokes that have already been made. We respect memes in this stream. We respect the well-established meme series. Anyway, as I was saying, I would like to do Fist of the North Star watch parties, and a big part of the reason for that is because one of the games I would like to cover is the Fist of the North Star game from the Yakuza devs. One thing I will say right now is that I love the Yakuza series. I would never think about making them like a full-on stream play. I would never think about making Yakuza games like a full stream series, but I would very much like to cover the Judgment games and the Fist of the North Star game from the Yakuza devs. Fist of the North Star from Yakuza devs? What? Yeah, Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. It's literally a Yakuza game, but with a Fist of the North Star skin. I'm trying to remember. I think people may have Yakuza mod yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not even sure if it's a mod or if it's just straight up like costumes like available in the game. But I've definitely seen like mods of like people just straight up like replacing Kenshiro with the Kiryu. Since one of the big things about the game is that like all the Japanese voice actors are all like Yakuza voice actors. So you literally have Kiryu being the voice of Kenshiro, which makes the whole Kiryu's never killed a man a lot more of an awkward joke to make. Let me see if I can pull up like a video of the Fist of the North Star game from the Yakuza devs, just to share in the, because it's fun. Like I said, it's straight up like a Yakuza game. It is straight up a Yakuza game, but with like Fist of the North Star elements. So you literally have like Kenshiro like doing like all the Fist of the North, all the Hokuto Shinken techniques. But since it's from the Yakuza devs, you also have like the Yakuza dev stuff of putting in stuff like, I know they brought the Cabaret Club side thing in the Lost Paradise. That is a thing. Yeah, here's like literally like the first boss fight of Yakuza, or no, Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. It's literally like the first thing that happens in the game. If you're interested in checking that out, if you don't want to spoil yourself on it, that's also fine. But if you're interested in checking out Lost Paradise, that is pretty much the first thing that happens. So that's a good starting point. That also gives you a kind of good idea of like about what Fist of the North Star is. But yes, that is something I would like to cover for the channel someday. I might not plan on ever doing the Yakuza games as like full stream series, because Yakuza is a colossal... That's a colossal undertaking, but I'd be super down to play like Judgment and Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise from the Yakuza devs for the channel someday. And if I do Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, I'd also be down to actually show off the actual anime as a watch party at some point as well. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, that's something I'd be super down for. That's something I'd be super down for. That's a good, that's a good goal. That's a good, like, watch party idea. That's a good, like, future plan. Discord server, do all the, like, old anime. Do all the classic movies and anime. All the good shit. But yeah, I believe that is everything. And once again, I really should prepare some bullet points. Maybe someday I'll also... Oh. I believe a new cookie has just been pulled out of the oven. Hold on. There we go. Nice fresh new cookie. Ah. Nice fresh new cookie straight out of the oven. No bite marks in this one. No foot in mouths in this one.
No, no, no.
Ah!
No.
My tail! Again! I don't get to keep my tail.
No. No.
Samiru, what would you like to eat now? As a reminder, you can eat my head, my wing, or my leg. Those are the options still left. The wings, having those fried dragonfly wings. Freshly baked dragonfly wings. I'm sure it's I'm sure is the cookie equivalent of chicken wings. Probably. Hopefully. I hope you both enjoyed your meal, cause I really am running out of things to talk about now. If anyone else has any other suggestions, I'm down for it. But otherwise, I think I am going to start thinking about my raid target. And I say this is very creative. I love it. Thank you. I will say once again, thank you, Jake, for gifting me this, and I will once again thank Pumpino and Crowfet for making the cookie model. This is the cookie model is very good, very fun. I'm so glad that this is a thing I'll get to pull out now when I do fortune cookie streams to help kind of give it more flavor. I'm always down to give more flavor to my streams. More of that delicious cookie flavor. Hehehehe. Really cute too, I agree. Thank you. I do think the cookie model is very cute. It's very nice. Nice little smile. Very nice smile. I feel like it's hard to get, like, my normal model to really get a good smile sometimes, so this is nice. What happens to this YouTube channel when you get affiliated? Nothing, because I don't plan on ever getting affiliated! So, I've mentioned it before, like, a big thing about me is that I don't like the idea of, like, potentially losing stuff, so I like being a multi-streamer. I think it suits me very well, so affiliation is not in the cards for me, because I don't want to have to deal with, like, the whole Twitch legal side of, like, having to wait a full 24 hours to streams. I don't want to, potentially accidentally lose streams in case there's ever any sort of, like, problem like Grilu has, so affiliate is not in the cards. This is already, I guess one thing I will mention to me is that, like, VTubing is very much a hobby for me. This is not something that I really have any major plans to make a lot of money from. I know I'm never gonna be just not becoming affiliate. It's an option. That is, yeah, that's the option I'm taking. I don't need to be affiliate. I don't need to deal with the pitfalls of Twitch and their not always great business decisions and their occasional poor security. Who remembers that? Ooh. I don't feel like falling into those pitfalls for 10 cents a stream, if even that much. So I know even if I do reach affiliate, I knew like getting affiliate is not super hard. Can't shrimp, Sag. Jake feels that pain. Jake feels that pain very much. I keep holding it over his head that he cannot shrimp for me. No money, no throne. I just exist. That's good enough for me. Raise out of her arm, come on. Come on. Someday I'll give Manji my money. Someday. Somehow you'll find a way. But for now, you will accept money. I guess since we're already on the topic of money, one other thing I will say, this is something else. This is a lesser 2022 goal. It is a goal, but a far lesser 2022 goal is that I would like to actually develop lore for myself. I've been like pumped. I've been kicking around ideas for a while now. I do have like one big angle I want to take with Manji Dragonfly, but I still haven't really like written the whole thing out. I don't know what I'd really do with it. I'm not really sure if I would do like a big fancy thing like comic books or anything like that, but I do want to get like the story out. Maybe as like a short story or like some type of story thing, because I actually, one thing I will mention right now is that I actually did want to be a writer for a little while. For a little while, when I was super into Etrian Odyssey. Oh, by the way, since I brought up Etrian Odyssey again, play Etrian Odyssey. It is a fantastic game series, and I love it. And also, it is currently on a very good sale on the eShop. $10 or less for all the 3DS Etrian Odyssey games. Play it. Play it. You must play. Okay, let's... Enough about that. We're getting off topic again. That's the thing I would like to do, though. I'd like to actually make, like, actual lore for myself. I do have a basic concept I've already been, like, knocking around for a little while. A bounty hunter sort of angle, where I come from a world where all the insect people exist and are not always on the best terms with each other, so some people like to pay money to get me to get them under control. How much of it is bounty hunting and where the line between bounty hunting and assassination is drawn. I don't know. Dog the insect hunter! Basically. Another VTuber consumed by the ad. Oh, if I can get that ad money from Atlas, that'd be a fucking dream. But yeah, that is like the closest thing I've gotten to like writing actual lore for myself. I've been banging the idea of what if I'm a bounty hunter? Because I know apparently like dragonflies apparently have a impressively high hunting rate for like apparently they're like one of the highest, they're like one of the best like airborne hunters. So that's a thing that's interesting. I feel like that could make something out of that. That's something that immediately comes to mind reading about that. Manji the hunter. Manji the insect hunter. Again, where the line between bounty hunting and assassination is drawn is a thing to etch out for myself at a later date. Who knows? By the end of 2022, suddenly Manji Dragonfly might be a dude who has murdered some insects. That'd be a thing, huh? You see this? This is the face of a stone cold killer. Further. Alright. I mean, we got the Go Fuel race! I mean, true. Very true. The Go Feud. Since I'm an Etrian Odyssey fan, at some point I got been a Squirrel Feud too. Is this the part... Oh god, I'm gonna keep bringing up Etrian Odyssey. This is the part where I just start to go on a rant about Etrian Odyssey and all the things I like about it. But yes, the long-standing time to play on stream. I wish. That's the Etrian Odyssey games have been very much stuck on the DS family. So, like the first 3 Etrian Odyssey games are all like vanilla DS, so I'd have to figure out. So like I have to like do something about that. And like the first 3 Etrian Odyssey games that are a bit more scattershot in terms of quality. I mean, still a plan. I more so want to do the 3DS Etrian Odyssey games, because that's where the real quality is. Etrian Odyssey 4 and 5 are 100% my jams. So like, I'd be super down to play So I really want to play those games at some point. Trust me, if I already had a way to play and record Etrian Odyssey games, the channels would already be drowned in Etrian Odyssey content. Be a flood. Once I, like, actually figure out how to pirate a game, and once I figure out how to pirate a game and, like, stream it in, like, good quality, the floodgates will be torn open. Trust me on that. I will not shut up about it ever. Lightbulb already gives me shit about the fact that I don't shut up about Etrian Odyssey and just insert it wherever. Trust me, it's gonna be bad. The legally buy game with real hardware, of course. There are no seas to be sailed. There's no ships to get in. Ships and seas to go on. That's in Etrian Odyssey 3. We don't do that here. Doesn't bring up Etrian Odyssey again. I guess I might as well play more Etrian Odyssey music. I did it at the start of the stream. What other time is there to do so? Fortunately, I could have swore there was, like, extended... I could have swore that, like, more of the Etrian Odyssey songs were extended on YouTube. So in this case, you're gonna have to just get, like, a smaller... Playing Sea of Thieves? Maybe. Oh man, you know, one other thing I thought about with Etrian Odyssey, so the thing about Etrian Odyssey is that, like, the big thing is that you make your own party members in that. So that's a big thing I love about Etrian Odyssey, you make your own party, and, like, some games have, like, a lot of, like, good variety of classes, like Nexus especially. The last Etrian Odyssey game, Nexus, has a staggering, like, 19 classes to pick from. I've been wondering if, like, maybe someday, this is far, far future, so I have to learn how, like, kind of hack and, like, replace files. Maybe maybe the Etrian Odyssey party members are just other VTubers. So that, like, because, like, their picture pops, so that I have it when, like, in battle, their picture pops up. That's a thing I've been thinking about, because there are some classes that actually do... Because there actually are some classes that, like, some VTubers can fit perfectly in. Like, I know Nexus... One of the classes in Nexus is a farmer. So, I just think, like, I wonder if I could get... Melly to, like, be semi-interested in that. Yes, Melly. Another thing immediately comes to mind is the princess, or the sovereign as they're called, so... Immediately that just makes me think of Cuna. So, like, that's a thing I've been thinking about, like, maybe, like, Etrian Odyssey streams, but with, like, VTubers as the classes. I don't know if I do, like, a PNG drop, because, like, that could get difficult. I'm not sure if I want to bring the full wrath of the PNG drop on me. Or if I would just, like, approach VTubers that I think I could fit in for, like, somewhere. But that's a thing I've thought about in the past. Again, that's far future. Probably just asking DM would be very, yeah. Oh yeah. Hard agree. But yeah, that's the thing I have thought about in the past. But like I said, that's far-flung future because Etrian Odyssey games usually are... all the Etrianos games are just DS or 3DS games. Though I will say, I know this is like a few years ago. I know like Atlas put out a teaser for an Etrian Odyssey game on the Switch. Like it seemed like they were planning on doing an Etrian Odyssey Switch game, but that teaser was like years and years ago. Like shortly after Nexus came out, so that was like I want to say 2 or 3 years ago now, and we still have not heard jack all about it. And unfortunately, this is Atlas we're talking about, so it's actually impossible to tell if the reason we haven't heard about it is because it's straight up dead in the water, or if it's because Atlas is Atlas and they just revealed their hand too early, as they tend to do a lot recently. They tend to, like, just tease a game, and then it just disappears for years and years and years until it just suddenly comes roaring back to life. So it's actually straight up impossible to tell if Etrian Odyssey on Switch, which was a thing that they teased, is still in the works, or if they just silently canceled it, because I could see both. Honestly, I don't know how you would get Etrian Odyssey on Switch, because the big thing about Etrian Odyssey has always been the fact that you can draw your own map. It was a very good fit on the DS family of screens because of that. Etrian Odyssey is one of the very few game series that actually, honestly, would have worked incredibly well on the Wii U. I can't see how it would work on the Switch at all without compromising on it, which is not a thing I would want for the series. The glimpse of hope. Yes, indeed. The glimpse of hope. Is Etrian Odyssey on Switch dead, or is Atlas just being Atlas? It's impossible to tell. Answer me, Atlas gods! Maybe in the future, now that SMT5 is out, because this wouldn't be the first time that Etrian Odyssey fall with SMT over, development time. It happened with Persona 5 and Etrian Odyssey 5, and then it happened again with Nexus and Persona Q2, which, funnily enough, the Persona Q games are also Etrian Odyssey games, but with a Persona skin. I'm rambling again. But yes, maybe one day I'll get to cover Etrian Odyssey games for the channel, and my fate will be sealed. I will stop being a variety streamer at that point. I'll just be that weird Dragonfly dude who plays Etrian Odyssey and talks about his OCs. Because that was a thing I did for a long while. That was the thing I wanted to do. I wanted to write Etrian Odyssey fanfiction with my OCs, just like the dudes that I would make in Etrian Odyssey. That'd be a fucking thing. That'd be a thing. That was actually a thing I briefly considered. I'm here for EO only Dragonfly streams, yeah. That was actually a thing I kind of considered doing in November, actually, like, sort of like, as a sort of replacement for, like, as like a sort of like themed, like, month-themed thing, because, like, I know, like, November is, like, the NaNoWriMo thing, which is, like, the big rain thing. I think Sophia talked about it before. I want to say it was Sophia who's brought up, like, NaNoWriMo writing streams in November before. I think it was November? I think. I don't remember. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the thing I considered doing, just, like, doing literally just a chatting stream where I just talk about, like, Etrian Odyssey and all the various Etrian Odyssey OCs that I made for all the games. He is also rare. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing I considered doing for, like, a stream. Just chatting where it's just, like, a writing stream where I just show off. I just talk about all my OCs, see what people think, see what needs to get changed and adjusted, see what needs adding, because, like, some of my game casts, like the Etrian Odyssey 3, are, like, pretty fleshed out. I just, like, it's just a matter at this point of, like, what do I want to change? Because there are some characters that I kind of think, like, maybe I should change the name of them. Maybe it's too, like, referential. But then there are other games where, like, the casts are, like, basically just, like, a name and a class and not much else. Like the Etrianasi 4, my Etrianasi 4 cast was one big example of like a cast of characters where I kind of had like the basic, kind of had like at least the names down. I have like all the character names, but then not really much else. That's the thing I considered doing. Then I say like I don't know if people would really be interested in just me talking about my Etrianasi OC, so I opted to not do it. Maybe in the future, maybe. Not counting on it for now. I would not even really call that a 2022 goal though. But maybe someday I'll have more. Maybe someday I'll have more of an excuse because I actually, like my buddy Lamp did like a long time ago did like kind of show some of their own writing for another like a story that they were writing a while back. I don't know what they're doing with that now. I don't know if that's something that they've completely abandoned at this point, but I remember just being super impressed with it and really enjoying reading it but of course I feel like Lamp put a hell of a lot more thought into like the world building and stuff, which is very impressive, especially since I'm pretty sure everything Lamp did was like pretty much original, whereas the Etrianasi stuff I'd be doing is basically just adapting Etrianasi events but with my own cast of characters. Etrianasi does lend itself very well to that, but it just made me realize that maybe I'm just not putting in the effort. It just made me think like I'm not putting in like nearly as much effort, and kind of made me like I don't know what to say really. I'm All I'm really saying is I'd be down for talking about Etrianasi stuff again. I'd be down to have an excuse to talk about my Etrianasi obsessions. Someone please call an intervention for me. I might need it. I might need it someday. uh. All right, but in any case,
No, no, no. No.
I had eating the thoughts away. Had too full of Etrianasi. True, very true. All the Etrianasi brain rot finally gone, leaking out. I kept it hidden for so long from the streams. Now it's all just pouring out. VTubers and their addictions, am I right? Yep, that's true. Some VTubers are addicted to buying scabs. I'm addicted to talking about Etrianasi. uh. Yo is your vice. Etrianasi is very much my vice. We all got one. We all have our vices. For me, it's an anime game. The first person dungeon crawling anime game. Alright. I can't really unless someone has like a suggestion for something else to talk about, I think I should actually start thinking about finding someone else to raid before I go on another long ass tangent about basically nothing. Unfortunately, one of my major raid targets has already ended stream. Dungeon crawler games are pretty nice games, not gonna lie. Yeah, some dungeon crawler games are really fun. I really like Etrian Odyssey. Mainly, to me, a big thing I like about Etrian Odyssey is like how much you can play around with the character. Games are your favorite. So obviously, to me, it's Etrian Odyssey. That is the big dungeon crawler game for me, as I've very much demonstrated. Because like to me, I just love like being able to. It's making up like the skill builds, like trying to figure out like what stuff is. I mean, I say all that, but really, like, I always tend to follow, like, these really high quality something awful guides for, like, character builds, but I do really like playing around with, like, some stuff, trying to see, like, playing around with team comps especially. That's really the big dungeon crawler game for me. I think, like, what other dungeon crawler games I really play. See, that's the big one. I know there was also Persona Q, but that was basically an Etrian Odyssey game. Dungeon crawler are there? I know I played something else. Uh, Reading through the list of dungeon crawler games, I'm starting to realize I don't play a whole lot of dungeon crawler games actually. Though actually, I do see a few. I know one game I see on here is Darkest Dungeon, which I played a little bit of, and that's something I do want to play more of in the future. That'd be something I'm down to play. I remember liking playing Binding of Isaac for like the brief period of time I played it. Uh, Crypt of the Necrodancer is apparently a dungeon crawler game. That's something that's on my list that I'd very much like to play sometime in the future. I think that's what we're figuring out here. I think that's what we're figuring out here. Like, I'll say dungeon crawler games are nice, and then I played almost all of the Etrian Odyssey games. That's all the dungeon crawlers. Like I said, I did play Binding of Isaac. I do remember liking Binding of Isaac. I think that was like a neat game. I don't know. That's very much a roguelike game. I do remember liking that. But yes, like I said, the brain rot, the Etrian Odyssey brain rot is very real. I guess I'm trying to think what other dungeon crawler games there are. One thing that immediately comes to mind is like the mystery dungeon games. Like I played like the Pokemon mystery dungeon games a while back. Those were like fun. Of course, I think I will say like part of the reason I might have just remembered the Etrian or the mystery dungeon games is because there is also an Etrian mystery dungeon game. Well, there's two of them, but the second one never made it out of Japan. But I will also say I didn't really like Etrian Mystery Dungeon all that much. That's one case where I'll say I preferred the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. Very variety of YouTubers. Oh yeah, sort of the Necromancer was a game that I really wanted to try out. That was something I was interested in just from the concept. So that's something I would like to do. It's Lost Dimension Dungeon Crawler. I feel like that one's stretching it. I feel like that one is stretching it. But also it is in the dungeon crawler tag on Steam, so that's a game that I will definitely say that I liked. I thought I thought Lost Dimension was very neat for what it was. I did try playing Lost Dimension on stream. That was like one of the first games I tried out on OBS. That was a bloody nightmare, unfortunately. I'd be super down to try Lost Dimension again at some point. I'd be super down for that, but Yeah, if we're gonna count Lost Dimension as a dungeon crawler game, since that's what Steam is gonna tell me, then I'll definitely add that to the list. Since I will say, unlike the Etrianosity games, I've actually more or less 100%ed Lost Dimension. I love the Etrianosity games, but they're fucking hard to 100%. Like, and I will also admit, like, I love them. I just haven't actually fully finished, like, the main quests of, like, all of them. Only, like, half of them, I want to say, I've actually, like, sat down and beat, like, the main final dungeon. And not a single one of them I've ever sit down and finished the 6th stratum for. But Lost Dimension, on the other hand, that's a game that I have actually 100%ed a long while back. Helpful. So yeah, that's something. Admittedly, I will again say I think that's definitely stretching Dungeon Crawler a little bit. That's kind of more of an RPG-esque. Definitely a lot more RPG than Dungeon Crawler, but hey, I'll go rules lawyer for a little bit. I need to look into. I need to like out more. Make you play longer, you know? Yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, at this point I'm literally just like scrolling through the Steam like dungeon crawler list, and I'm already like 26 pages in. I think now's a good time to think about stopping. Start looking for a raid target. There's a few people I have followed that are still streaming. Granted, 2 of them I have raided in the past, but when it's been so long, I raided both of them that I guess. Well, okay. There is one last thing I will do for the night. There's one last thing.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Let's actually go ahead and set myself up for a actual proper fortune cookie stream for next week. Since that is a thing I want to do. That's the thing I want to do now that I have the cookie model. I do actually want to do a proper fortune cookie stream. I was considering doing like a slightly different version where I do play a game tonight, but I was gonna take Steam off the equation, but screw it. I don't feel like playing a game tonight, so I'll just go ahead and set myself up for that right now. Alright. Let us get ready. Of course, once again, gotta take off all the handhelds and the Wii U. Those are not in the cards. Our stream for next week will be fuck. Okay, sure. That's one of the rules of the court. That's one of the rules of the cookie. I cannot veto the cookie. Next week we will be playing Northgard. Oh boy. That's one way to introduce a Northgard stream. Light bulb! Fuck. You've been lurking this whole time! Ooh, okay. The lab. I suppose, 'cause I will say one thing I was gonna say about Fortune Cookie. One thing I forgot to say about Fortune Cookie is that, like, if it's a multiplayer game, I didn't want to necessarily promise a collab. So no, I have had you muted helping with that one number. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. Fortune Cookie never lies. Yep. And one of my rules about Fortune Cookie is I cannot veto it unless it's a game I cannot stream for whatever reason. I might like play around with it. Yeah, this is a little perfect. This is a little too perfect. Can't believe that this happened without me breaking in some way. What the fuck? But alright, sure. Next week. Sometime next week. Maybe not next week. Next stream at the very least. 2022 collab goal. Here we go. Sometime next week. I don't know if it's gonna be a Thursday or a Friday or a Saturday. I need to figure out. I'm still waiting on my schedule for next week. But sometime, I don't know, next week, next stream. Next stream is going to be a Northgard stream. Might wind up being an actual collab stream with probably Lamp or Jake. If you guys are down, I'm super down. Northgard, someone said Northgard. Northgard, want to play Northgard? You down to play Northgard on a stream, Rundas? Because that's the plan now. That's the fucking plan now. Next stream, we'll be playing Northgard. That is a thing I will promise. The cookie has dictated it on stream. If you're not down for that, that is fine. I'm still down for like non-collabing games anytime, Rundas, but do know that the cookie has dictated a Northgard stream for my next stream. If you're down for a collab, I'm super down, but if not, that's fine. I can play with you some other time off stream, but yeah. Whatever, I'm still waiting for my next work schedule, so I'll figure out what happens once I'll figure out like what day I can think about like streaming next week. If I do stream next week. Did not no, I don't think I taking me back to the chatting screen before I fuck up and dox myself again. Fucking hell. And right now, I really only see 3 people I follow who are streaming, and 2 of them I've already rated in the past. I guess one thing I could do is I mean, I guess there is always a third person. I don't know, I'm always a little bit more iffy about like bringing into people who are bigger than me. And that's a person I really only interacted with once because actually the reason I followed them in the first place was because they were playing Keylocker. So I wanted to sit in on that. I wanted to check out people playing Keylocker. What are we thinking? Should I just raid like any suggestions for raid targets, or am I just picking someone that I've already raided before? Or a potentially new person? We'll give it like a minute. Charles, your choice. Yeah, I have a feeling you were gonna say Scarlet. Since Scarlet and Yotze, yeah, those are the 2 people I follow who are still streaming right now. When did I have a list. Which one of them did I raid first or earlier? Scarlet was the one that I raided Scarlet before Yotze like a while back, so I'll go ahead and raid Scarlet again, I guess. Yeah. Unless Scarlet's the lowest for you. All right. Yeah, I'll stick to Scarlet since I do actually want to interact with Scarlet a little bit more. Feel like I've not been interacting with Scarlet a whole lot recently, so I'm down for that. Oh, good. Jake already went and did my work for me. I keep having a heart attack now every time I open up the new tab. I forgot for a brief moment that I already swapped over to the chatting screen. Fuck. That's gonna be something I never let myself live down. Fucking hell. So let's go ahead and start up that raid before I do something I'm gonna fucking regret. I'll prevent a second time. We'll see. You'll fucking see. We'll see. This might be a good indicator that I should not be doing just chatting streams just because I might wind up fucking doxing my dumbass self. Alright, let's do it. I'll say once again, thank you to everybody who joined me on this very special stream. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for Thank you for your support. Thank you for joining me for this stream. Thank you for helping to make VTubing a very interesting, fun experience, and not one where I flounder the whole way through. It's nice to have people join me on these rides. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you for the next stream. See you then.